Hey guys, welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are able to hear me fine. Is the audio okay? Can you guys just put a yes in the chat? The audio is okay. Yeah, are you guys able to hear my voice? How do I change my name? Yeah, probably you can do that by going to the settings of your profile, I suppose. But yeah, before that, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Are you guys able to hear my voice? I just wanted to make sure uh, that you guys are able to hear fine. Okay. Are you guys able to hear now? Okay. You guys should be able to hear now. Is the audio fine? Can you guys just post a yes in the chat if audio is okay? Okay. All right, probably give another couple of minutes before it's 4 p.m. We'll give another 1 or 2 minutes to join in. Okay. Yeah, just post a yes in the chat if you guys are able to hear the audio clearly. Oh, yes, still not able to hear the audio. It's weird. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just want to double check. Are you guys able to see me, hear me out? Is it audible? Just post a yes in chat. Are you guys able to hear it now? I just want to check my mic. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, let's just get started. Probably give another 1 minute. It's 4. Um, for people who are trying to tune in, we'll just give another minute and then we'll get started. But yeah, before we talk about what the agenda for the today's session is, we'll probably try to set some context. And yeah, so basically we just want to talk about investing in cryptocurrencies. So I just thought of having this session dedicated just for that, looking at cryptocurrencies from an investment perspective. And yeah, so while people are still trying to tune in, I'd just like to know from you guys whether what do you have, or what do you have to say from an investment perspective on investing in cryptocurrencies? Whether you guys have already invested in cryptocurrencies, do you hold some cryptocurrencies in your portfolio, things like that? Just post on chat. Or just quickly know what's the and what kind of audience we have. when it comes to investment and things like that. Yeah, can you just quickly just post on chat what you guys have been doing in cryptocurrencies? Have you guys been investing? Have you guys already invested? Have you guys, are you guys looking to get started? Things like that. Okay. Can increase my audio. Yeah, I'll just probably pull my mic closer. It's actually on this side. Is it better now, Rajat? Can you do you think the audio is better now? Okay. Yeah, that's great. All right. Okay. So just to set some context for what we are going to talk about in today's session. Yeah. So if you guys have read the title, it says investing in cryptocurrencies. So we'll be talking just about looking at cryptocurrencies and the whole cryptocurrency asset class from an investment perspective. So so some of you guys had also joined my previous stream where we talked about just that was just an introduction to the whole crypto world, looking at it from both the technological perspective and the financial perspective. So we talked a little bit about what is cryptocurrency and what is blockchain in a from that perspective, and as well as looking at it from a financial perspective. But in this session, we'll just keep it just limited to investing in cryptocurrencies. What do you think? Is it the right time to invest? Okay, yeah, we'll definitely talk about that as well. What's the right time to invest, and how do you have to actually look at when is the right time to invest? But yeah, but if you're looking at long-term investments, long-term wealth creation things, then you don't really have a right time to invest because you don't really you don't try to time the market. So all you can do is just keep your investments consistent. So yeah, I just advise keep investing. Like probably if you're doing it every month, just keep doing it. But yeah, looking at the prices currently, let me just quickly open up a few charts and probably we'll talk about. Yeah, I just wanted to show you some of the tools or go over the tools that we talked about last stream as well. Probably just see how you can use those tools to do your own research, and we'll be mostly looking at how you can get started. If you have not already invested in cryptocurrencies, we'll look at how you can get started. But if you're already an investor, then probably how you can continue or start picking projects to do your research or invest more or expand your portfolio and things like that. But before that, I just wanted to let you guys know I'll be trying to keep the stream shorter. So yeah, and feel free to post any questions that you guys might have, and I'll definitely be happy to answer either during the stream or at the end of the stream. But yeah, I mostly prefer if you guys keep the chat interactive, it will be definitely a great fun session. We can just keep talking about a lot of different things inside investing in cryptocurrencies. Okay, I'm a beginner. I'm holding Shiba now. Is it profitable? Yeah, I mean, being profitable, it just depends on when you've invested it. I don't know what's the current rate of Shiba Inu, but yeah, let me just quickly get started by showing you guys this again. CoinMarketCap.com. So last stream we talked about CoinMarketCap.com and how you can use the website to go and get some information on different kinds of cryptocurrencies that are available in the market. So we'll be using the same website. This is your go-to website. This can be your go-to platform where you can go and gather some good amount of information on any cryptocurrency or project that you want to. So yeah, what we'll do this session when it comes to investing in cryptocurrencies, we'll be using CoinMarketCap.com, looking at some of these cryptocurrency or probably coins as you like to call them. and we'll be looking at it from an investment perspective, definitely. So probably, if you open something like Ethereum, last time we saw that. um, I don't want to link any of the things that or any of the information that I give out in this session to something that I've done in the last stream. But it's purely independent. Everything that I say this stream has nothing to do with if you did not tune in to the last stream that we did. We talked about just introduction to cryptocurrencies and blockchain, but yeah, it has that's not some sort of a prerequisite or something. So yeah, definitely one of the platforms that you need to, I'll probably advise you to bookmark this website, coinmarketcap.com, and then you can go and see a lot of different things. Yeah, but in this case, looking at cryptocurrencies from, Yasir says I'm new to stream. Yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in, Yasir. Definitely appreciate you tuning in on a Thursday afternoon. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. All right. Yeah. So looking at cryptocurrencies from an investment perspective, definitely all it comes down to is, the prices. So CoinMarketCap gives you this chart where you can go ahead and take a look at, what has been the price history for a bunch of these, all these coins that are listed. So there are a lot of different places where you can, when I say investing, I don't necessarily mean buying and selling in short periods of time. So so if you are looking at making profits for short term duration. So let's say you want to buy some coin today and then you want to sell it in 1 or 2 months or a couple of months. So that's not what I'm talking about when I say investing. So when I talk about investing, I'm talking about mainly long term horizons. People who are trying to invest for at least more than 5 years or more than 7 years. So 5 to 10 years should be the term horizon that you're targeting if you're looking at long-term investments in crypto. Not only in crypto, but for any asset class, any financial instrument for that matter, you definitely have to be having a long-term horizon if you're looking at anything from an investment perspective. Yasir says, I want to learn about crypto so I can invest. Yes, Yasir. I'll definitely try to give as much information and add as much value as possible when it comes to helping you learn about crypto. But yeah, definitely in this session and a couple of upcoming sessions, we'll definitely talk about how you can look at the whole cryptocurrency world from an investment or a financial standpoint, right? So that's definitely going to come up. So you go to coinmarketcap.com, probably pick a coin, pick any cryptocurrency project that you want to invest, or probably explore. Just go to that. So this is your homepage, and let's say you want to look at Bitcoin. So let's just look at the plain old Bitcoin first. You come down, you see the chart, you see the graph of what the price history has been, and so this is just a great platform to just glance through what you don't want to go to bitcoin.com or bitcoin.org and then read the white paper or read the it's a lot of technical things there. You don't want to get into that right off the bat, right? So you want to just know basic details about what is it and how the price has been and things like that. So you can definitely come to coinmarketcap.com and look at the chart here just to give you a basic glimpse of what it has been. So you can switch to 1 year, it says 1 year, and see what has the price been. So right now the current price is somewhere trading at around $22,000. So if you look at this, $22,911, that's the current price at which the Bitcoin is trading at in the market currently. But you can look at a lot of different. So you can look at year till date. It started around $46,700, and it's now at this point. So you can look at all the all-time price history as well. So you can look at a bunch of different charts here, right? But once that's out of it, you just decide what want to look at. You just come to coinmarketcap.com. You narrow your search to whatever cryptocurrency project you find or you're trying to look at. And then you have a bunch of different places where you can start looking to buy or invest in these cryptocurrencies. But yeah, before talking about buying and investing in cryptocurrencies, I just wanted to put a disclaimer out there. So anything that's mentioned in this live stream or in this session is should not be considered as an investment advice. If assets like Ethereum or Bitcoin gets mentioned in this live session, you definitely shouldn't be just taking my word and going and investing or putting your hard-earned money into that financial instrument. So definitely the main thing is you do your due diligence, you do your research, and only then you invest your money wherever you want. So yeah, I just wanted to put that as a disclaimer out there. So Rajat says, yesterday ETH dropped by 12%. What are your thoughts on it? Yeah, so Rajat, since we are talking about cryptocurrencies, cryptocurrency is a financial asset class which is amongst the highest volatile financial instruments, right? So if you look at all kinds of asset classes, there are debt instruments, there are stocks, there are cryptocurrencies. So yeah, cryptocurrencies falls in the category which is the highest risk because of the volatility, right? So if something drops by 10 or 15% in just one day, it's still normal in the crypto world, right? So just like how you would see stocks fluctuating for, let's say, like 2%, 5%, 6%, 7% in a day, it's pretty normal for crypto to be going up or down by 10%, 12%, 15%, or sometimes even 20%. So yeah, crypto being the most volatile asset class out there, it's definitely not a surprise if in one day it just goes by 12 or 15% if it drops, right? So there are a lot of things going on in the crypto market. Currently, if you look at the market sentiment, so we have all kinds of markets going down for a while now. Crypto market has been going down since last December, since the winter, December 2021, and it has been just going down till then. But we recently have a bounce back. Yeah, just to not wander off from the topic for this session. We'll definitely talk about how you can get into things like trading and how you can use technical analysis, what exactly is technical analysis, and how you can use tools and your technical analysis methods to start investing in crypto if you want to look at crypto from short-term investment perspectives and short-term trading perspectives. But yeah, we'll just try to keep this session limited to talking about investment in cryptocurrencies from a long-term perspective, right? So we'll just take a look at So we'll be looking at some charts, we'll be looking at some information. So as I said, what you guys can do, I'll definitely recommend you bookmark coinmarketcap.com, and then probably visit whatever cryptocurrency you want to look at. So there are bunch of different tabs here. If you see a lot of different cryptocurrencies belonging to different categories. So there are categories, DeFi, there's NFT-based cryptocurrencies, there are metaverse-related cryptocurrencies and tokens. There are Polkadot, BNB Chain, Solana, Avalanche. You just click on any of them, and you just see all the tokens and cryptocurrencies that belong to that ecosystem. So let's say you have Ethereum or clicked on Avalanche. So every cryptocurrency token or everything that's there on the Avalanche ecosystem will just have a list filtered out for you. So you can do that. You can pick anything. So let's say there is DAI, which is Avalanche, which is again a layer 1 solution. There's Fracture, which is currently gaining a lot of traction because of being one of the better stable coins. So this is Fracture. So what you can do is you can come down to CoinMarketCap, just pick anything that you want, and the first thing that you do is probably visit the website, right? So before you look at investing or deciding to invest in any cryptocurrency asset class, so before you look or decide to invest in any asset class, you just the first thing that's needed is for you to understand why you are investing in that. what's letting you make that decision. So it's basically comes down to doing your research and doing your due diligence on what you want to invest your hard-earned money, right? So so you need to have a reason, so as to say why I believe that this is going to help me make profit, make money in the long run, right? So that's what you need to that's what you need to have in mind. Rajat is asking, what are your strategies while doing analysis? So yeah, so there are basically different kinds of strategies. When you're talking about strategies, there are strategies that are applied differently for short-term trading stuff, and then there are different kinds of strategies that you use for long-term investment. So we'll definitely talk about some of the long-term investment strategies and also strategies when it comes to trading cryptocurrencies and things like that. We'll definitely talk about technical analysis as well in some of our future sessions. But yeah, in this session, we'll just want to keep it limited to some of the basic things that should be around investing in cryptocurrencies. So we have a lot of people who are not yet into investing or not even into technological side of things in the crypto world. So it's going to be really helpful for them if we just keep it to the basics of how you can get started in investing in cryptocurrencies. So yeah, Rajat, definitely we'll be talking about strategies and what analysis you can do when it comes to short-term and long-term investment in the crypto world as well. Prem asks, can you tell about KISS rule? Yeah, but what exactly? We have a lot of KISS methodologies or KISS rules. Are you talking about the technology KISS rule in the software, or what is it? I'm not really sure which specific KISS rule you're talking about. But what are profitable coin to buy in future according to you? Okay. Yeah. So when you look at it from a futuristic perspective, it all comes down to what's fundamentally good. The reason I say this is, when someone buys, let's say a stock, it's actually you're buying a piece of a company. But same thing is applicable to cryptocurrencies as well. When you're buying, let's say Bitcoin, you're buying into the cryptocurrency ecosystem. You're buying into a piece of the Bitcoin economy, right? So and why people value Bitcoin so much, because it's there can only be so many Bitcoins that can exist, right? In case of Bitcoin, it's just 21 million Bitcoins that can be mined. So yeah, so talking about fundamentals, there are two different things of to take into consideration. One is the technical side of things. If you're looking at from a short-term trading perspective or short-term investment, making profit based on what's the market like and what's the market sentiment looks like and things like that. But yeah, definitely fundamental to know what is fundamentally good and why. So ask yourself this. So if you want to buy Bitcoin, or if you want to invest in something like Bitcoin, ask yourself this question, that why Bitcoin will exist probably 20 years from now or 30 years from now, right? If you have an answer, if you know the answer, then definitely it's already you have done your fundamental study on what exactly is Bitcoin and why it's here to stay, right? So Saurav asks, what do you think Tron? What do you think of Tron? Yeah, as I said, if you feel that any cryptocurrency for that matter, not only just Tron, we'll also go over a couple of cryptocurrencies from many different angles. We'll also look at Tron as well if that's something that you want to take a look at. But yeah, definitely, as I said, any cryptocurrency or any project that you're looking to invest your money in, just make sure that you fundamentally understand why that project will, or why that technology will exist in the next 20 or 30 years. 30 years from now, will that project still be there? So if you talk about Bitcoin, will Bitcoin still exist after 30 years? It's 2022, 2052. Will Bitcoin be still there? That's the question you need to ask. If you understand it fundamentally, then you know the answer to that question, and you definitely can take advantage of whatever price can do, right? So can Bitcoin hit zero? Yeah, I don't think Bitcoin will ever hit zero. For something to become zero, there has to be nobody using it. They can, but there are a lot of cryptocurrencies. There are a lot of meme coins that can definitely go to zero. That's what at least that's what I think. But yeah, Bitcoin, since it's yeah, I don't think Bitcoin can hit zero. It's definitely there. But yeah, keep posting your questions in the chat. I'll definitely love to interact with you guys. So yeah, and yeah, coming back to what we were doing on CoinMarketCap, you can definitely narrow it down to the list of cryptocurrencies or projects that you want to research. For example, Fracture is what we have opened here, and this is the website. You just go to Fracture's detail page on CoinMarketCap.com. Any cryptocurrency, you don't have to go Fracture. A lot of people tend to just take illicit investment advice from whatever gets mentioned in any YouTube video or live stream. But again, I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. So anything that's mentioned in this video is definitely not to be considered as investment advice, and you should definitely do your due diligence and research before you go and invest your hard-earned money anywhere in any financial instrument, be it crypto or stocks or anything. But you're talking about investing in cryptocurrencies. I just wanted to mention that you have a lot of things that you can invest in. You have stocks, you have debt instruments, you have treasury bills, you have gold, and a lot of different commodities and asset classes that you can invest in. But the ideal way to invest in cryptocurrencies right now at the moment is to have just 10 to 15% of your money allocated to cryptocurrencies. So let's just quickly work out some spreadsheets so that it's easy for everyone to just see what it's like. So I'll just quickly pull up something like Crater.com. Yeah. So let's say you have probably close to 50,000 rupees to invest, or let's say you have 50,000 rupees, that's your salary, and we'll just call it total salary. Right? That's your total salary, and you have expenses which comes down to 25,000. So this is just a hypothetical situation that I'm trying to make up, but yeah, definitely feel free to adjust the numbers according to whatever you want to calculate for your salary or your own numbers. So yeah, let's just say someone has salary of 50,000 and expenses is 25,000. So amount you can invest is 25,000, right? So you have 25,000 that you can invest. So you have a lot of different investment avenues that you can pursue. So let's say you try to invest in, you can invest in stocks, you can invest in gold, you can invest in mutual funds, which is again an indirect way of investing in stocks. You can invest in bonds, you can invest in debt market, you can invest in a lot of different investment avenues that you can explore, right? So so then there is the last thing that you're looking at, which is the cryptocurrency. So let's say you have 25,000 to invest. Only 10 to 15% of this amount that you set aside for investments can go into cryptocurrency in an ideal portfolio, because because as I said, since cryptocurrency is comes under the category of high risk, high volatile asset class, it's definitely a good idea to keep it at a safe level. But yeah, again, this is just an ideal portfolio that I'm talking about. But yeah, the ultimate number comes down to your risk appetite and how much risk you are willing to take. So anything that you invest in a high risk asset class, it should be the money that you're willing to lose, right? So let's say in this case, if you're trying to invest 2,500 rupees out of the 25,000 that you have set aside to invest every month. And by the way, we're talking about this for every month. Considering that your salary is 50,000 rupees and you have 25,000 expenses and your household expenditure and everything. So yeah, so let's just make it 30,000. Let's consider 30,000 as your expenses, and we have 20,000 to invest every month. So we can definitely have invest 2,000 to 3,000 rupees every month in cryptocurrency. That always comes down to between 10 to 15% of your portfolio. Saurav asks, what are your thoughts of Indian government banning crypto? Yeah, so I mean, just to clear things up, Saurav, and for anyone who is wondering, so Indian government is not banning crypto, and also they issued a notice that said, they want to ban, or they're looking at a regulation to ban private cryptocurrencies. So they're not banning crypto as a whole, but yeah, they're just looking at, they just don't want us to be using private cryptocurrencies, right? So there are a lot of cryptocurrencies which are not on public blockchains. So anything that's on Bitcoin or blockchains like Ethereum, they are definitely a public blockchain, because anybody can just go on and look at what's happening in the blockchain, who transacted what, and it's definitely comes down to transaction between addresses. But the whole point of decentralization is you don't have to expose who you are. But yeah, so we also talked about something called Etherscan in the last session as well. This is a website that lets you look at what's going on in the blockchain. So Etherscan is a blockchain exploring tool for the Ethereum blockchain. So yeah, so since Ethereum is a public blockchain, you can definitely go and use a blockchain explorer that lets you inspect what's going on in Ethereum blockchain. So Indian government, when they say they want to ban private cryptocurrencies, they want to ban cryptocurrencies like Monero and Zcash, which have their own private methodologies of running the blockchain, right? So yeah, you can't really inspect what's going on. You don't want to expose your identity, or you don't want to let anyone know what transactions are happening on the blockchain. Definitely, you're going to build a private blockchain, and the cryptocurrencies that are based on these private blockchains are the ones that Indian government is aiming to ban, right? So yeah, there's no need to worry about public blockchain-based cryptocurrencies getting banned. Blockchains like, or cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, there definitely will never be a situation where governments can go ahead and ban these. So yeah, so these public blockchains are definitely required for a lot of different business use cases that the blockchain world has currently already explored to some extent. So we have we even talked about it in the last stream. We talked about DeFi, we talked about GameFi, NFTs, and a lot of different things. Yeah, so is recession affecting the crypto market? Yeah, so basically, when there is a recession, when there is an economic turndown, it affects every market that has some sort of financial asset. But yeah, definitely, I would say even if I don't want to comment on whether we are already in a recession or whether we are moving towards one, but if there is a recession, definitely the crypto market is going to get affected. But more than the recession, which is evident from a lot of recent events that we have been witnessing in the cryptocurrency world, there are a lot of hacks and exploits going on. Hacking events and incidents going on in the cryptocurrency world. Recently, there was a DeFi hack of close to $200 million worth of assets from this DeFi platform called Nomad Bridge. Right. So if you look at Nomad Bridge, so this is a DeFi bridge where people siphoned close to $200 million. So this got hacked recently. It was about 3 or 4 days ago. Solana wallets got hacked. About close to 8,000 Solana wallets got hacked, and the wallets were cleared off all the funds that were there. So things like this, and then even before that, way before that, we had the Terra fiasco, we had Celsius fiasco, and a lot of different things that push retail investors or end users to move away a little bit because of all the risk and all these kinds of hacking events and hacking incidents happening in the cryptocurrency world. So more than the recession, I guess what started the crypto market downturn was these series of events. But of course, definitely there are a lot of economic things involved, like inflation, hyperinflation, and you know the US economy going into recession and things of that sort. But yeah, definitely the crypto market is correlated now, at least. If not a few years ago, it was definitely there was no correlation. But yeah, now at least there is a lot of correlation between how stock market and the crypto market is moving together. So 30% tax is more right, yes. Yeah, so I personally believe that here in India, the government doesn't want to encourage using cryptocurrencies. But if you also look at cryptocurrencies from a bank or a financial institution's perspective that deals with fiat currencies, like rupee, it's definitely a no for them. No bank wants to give away their power. If a bank like RBI is a centralized institution, right? So if there is a decentralized way of transactions, payments, and digital cash, so it's definitely a no for banks as well. And even for the government, there are a lot of downsides that the government is looking at. If it's a decentralized anonymous network, it's definitely hard to track things, and the government is looking at cryptocurrencies from a lot of both negative and positive perspectives as well. But yeah, so definitely that's the reason they want to tax it at the highest tax rate possible. So 30% is what crypto is taxed at right now, and it's definitely on. If you make profit from crypto, you give away 30% of that as income tax. But if you make a loss on another crypto investment, let's say, you don't get to offset that loss against this profit that you made in the first investment, right? So that's again, it's a clear sign of how the government wants to discourage people moving towards crypto. So that's the reason a lot of retail investors and a lot of traders are moving away, and the volume of trading has been decreased in the recent times. So yeah, definitely I feel the 30% tax is just there to discourage people from using cryptocurrencies. So Saurav asks, can suggest some coins to buy for the future? Yeah, as I said, anything that I mentioned in this video should not be considered as an investment advice. But personally, for me, things that I look at is Bitcoin and Ethereum, and there are other smaller projects which are not as big as Bitcoin and Ethereum, like Matic and Solana and Chainlink and things like that. So these are the coins that I am keeping a close look at. This is because I understand the tech under these cryptocurrency projects, right? I know what Ethereum is doing and what I do, what I can build off of Ethereum. That's as I mentioned in my last stream as well. So I work in the Web3 space. I work with blockchains and cryptocurrencies, so I understand the technology behind these things as well. So these are some of the coins that I keep a track of closely. So I see what technological advancements happened in each of these projects. Let's say, for example, Matic or Ethereum or Chainlink and things of that sort. So I keep a close look on. I follow the technological advancements as well. So yeah, but I don't suggest you to buy anything on my word. But yeah, I'll definitely insist you to do your own research and understand why you want to invest on something that you want to invest on, and then probably place your hard-earned money over there. Prem asks, what are your thoughts on gaming NFT? Gaming NFT, I don't know if you know the numbers, but the gaming industry is really huge when it comes to um, uh, people, playing games. There are a lot of different, niches or sub-industries under gaming. There is a game development market. There is a gaming esports market. There are a lot of different markets that make up this whole gaming world, right? So it's a really huge market, and there's a lot of demand um, coming in as there are a lot of studios and development teams trying to develop the best games out there. And recently, since we're also witnessing a lot of advancements in metaverses and all these virtual sandbox worlds, there's definitely a lot of demand for gaming NFT as well. So then we can definitely do a session around how to invest in NFTs and how you can specifically target gaming NFTs and all these cryptocurrencies and tokens related to gaming worlds or these metaverses as well. Definitely, we can do a session about that. That would be great. Saurav, thanks for explaining. It was useful information. Yeah, definitely happy to help, Saurav. Yeah, as I said, feel free to post any questions or anything that you guys have on the chat box. I'll definitely be sharing my perspective on that. But yeah, let's just try to come back to what we were doing. I was talking about this DeFi hack on Nomad Bridge. Yeah, as I said in the last stream as well, we got introduced to this new tool called Etherscan. So it lets you interact with the blockchain and see what's going on. So yeah, I just wanted to set the base context out there for anybody who's getting started to invest in cryptocurrencies. If you're already investing in other financial avenues like stocks or mutual funds or bonds or gold or anything for that matter, cryptocurrency should consist only like 10 to 15% of your portfolio, right? I'm talking about the ideal portfolio allocation. So, but if your risk appetite is high, then you can definitely go for a higher percentage of allocation for cryptocurrencies in your portfolio. Again, comes down to how much risk you can take and what's the. And as I said, if you're looking at something from a long-term investment perspective, it's definitely good to invest the money that you don't want for the next 7 or 10 years or 15 years or even 20 years. So yeah, definitely that's something that you need to keep in mind. Be mindful of what's the amount of risk that you can take. Investing in high risk, high volatile instruments, it should be the money that you're affording to lose. So let's say you invest 2,000 to 3,000 every month, then yeah, definitely it should be something that you can afford to lose. Right? Even after 5 years, you see that this money goes away, it should not affect you. Any significantly, right? So that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, with that base context being set up, okay, Prem is asking, what are your thoughts on real estate NFTs? Yeah, real estate NFTs. There are two things. So there are real estate tokens, which are there are companies which are trying to tokenize real world real estate, whatever the land or real estate that we have in the physical world. But there are also real estate NFTs which belong to all these virtual worlds and all these games. So let's say we talk about things like Decentraland, Sandbox, and there are virtual real estates in those games, right? So are you talking about NFTs on real estate from these games? Is it like virtual land that you're talking about, or are you talking about companies that are working on tokenizing the real world, the physical world real estate? Yeah, I'm just wondering. So yeah, besides anything, tokenization is definitely the future. Will now that we are talking about it, I definitely see it as a topic for a future stream. I'll make a note of that. We'll talk about tokenization, and we'll be talking about token engineering as well, and that's from a decentralized finance perspective. And what are the companies that are what are the different kinds of companies from different parts of the world doing to tokenize a lot of different things. So tokenization is definitely an important topic that we need to discuss. But yeah, we'll definitely do it after few more streams. So I'll leave it there for you, Prem. But if you have any specific questions about any specific real estate NFT, feel free to post or message me directly. So Okay, yeah, I was look at this Fracture, which is again another stable coin, as I was saying. So yeah, talking about investing or buying in cryptocurrencies, there are a lot of avenues you can do that from. You can go to a centralized exchange like Binance, and then you can go to markets. There'll be a lot of places where you can buy. So Binance is just something that I'm showing. There are also there is a cryptocurrency exchange called WazirX, which is based in India, which is backed by Binance again. And if you want to deal with cryptocurrencies in INR, and you want to use an exchange that's based in India, you can use WazirX, you can use CoinSwitch, there's CoinDCX, and a lot of different exchanges. I'm not trying to promote any exchange or anything, but I'm just giving you a few examples that I've seen. Right, so there are a lot of different exchanges that you can use to buy cryptocurrency. So as I said, go to any exchange, it will give you a list of all the cryptocurrencies that are there and what's the current price each of those cryptocurrencies are trading at, and you can certainly start buying these cryptocurrencies. But yeah, as I said, before you invest your money on anything, definitely do your research, do your due diligence, and then come to a conclusion, or you know get an answer to the question that is, why do you want to invest in this particular cryptocurrency or asset? Which is the best app for crypto trading? Not really sure what's the best app, but some of the apps that I use are, I use Binance for trading. I also use this another platform called Delta Exchange. This is again another really good platform if you want to trade cryptocurrencies. It also lets you trade crypto derivatives as well. It lets you trade futures and options on crypto too. So Delta Exchange is something that I use most of the times. When I'm trying to trade on my phone or something, I just have the Binance app installed. So I just do it there. So if I'm trading on my computer, I use Delta Exchange. So Delta Exchange is something that I'm comfortable with. As I said, again, I'm not trying to promote any specific platform. I'm just trying to mention the things that I use and I'm comfortable with. So you don't have to necessarily use Binance or Delta Invest. I mean Delta Exchange. So there are a lot of different things like, as I said, WazirX, CoinSwitch. I keep hearing a lot of these cryptocurrency exchange names. So yeah, definitely take a look at some of this and find out what's best for you. So I just like the interface that Delta Exchange provides, and the Binance exchange. So I just happen to trade with Binance. And which are the safest? That's a really good question. But yeah, so far I've been just dealing with Binance and Delta Exchange, but yeah, not really sure about. I haven't personally used anything else. I've used WazirX though, but I haven't used any any other exchange that's based in India. So I've used another exchange called I don't want to be mentioning the name because it recently shut down withdrawals for its customers. But yeah, let's just leave it there. So yeah, some of the things that I use are Binance and Delta Exchange. So yeah, definitely you can use Binance or Delta Exchange if you feel like it's a great platform with a great interface. Very convenient to trade derivatives. If you want to trade futures and options on cryptocurrencies, you can definitely use this. I use Delta Exchange most of the time. So that's yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, as I was saying, you can go to a lot of these exchanges and you can start investing or start buying cryptocurrencies. So what you do is you just go to a website like Binance, it's a cryptocurrency exchange, and then you can start looking at the charts, right? So I just wanted to talk about what the price historically has been. Well, I don't want to get into details of what's the right time to enter the market, what's the right time to start buying, or when's the right time to exit or book profits. I don't want to talk about those things because I don't really believe in timing the market. The best thing to do when you're looking at creating or making profits for a longer term is just to stay consistent at it, right? If you're investing, let's say, according to this example, if you're investing 3,000 rupees every month in cryptocurrencies, keep doing it. right? So keep doing it consistently. So consistency is what's going to reward you later on in the long run. So it's pretty much it. So we were looking at Fracture. If you want to understand the technical details behind these projects, you go and open the details page. You can just glance or just have a brief look on what's some of these numbers, the market cap, the volume, what's the circulating supply right there, and things like that. You can just have a look at the chart. Again, read about people posting a lot of different stuff about either this cryptocurrency, but I don't really pay attention. There are a lot of spams here, so I wouldn't advise doing that. So Shaurya asks, what are your thoughts about algo trading? Yeah, algo trading, yeah, it's definitely good. I mean, since I come from a technological background, I I work on software. I build software for a living. So yeah, since I come from a technological background, anything that you can automate is definitely a yes for me. And yeah, algo trading is just your automated version of and a more sophisticated version of executing trades automatically. So there's a lot of different strategies specific to algo trading as well. So yeah, we can definitely talk about algo trading in one of our sessions that we do in the future. So I can talk about algo trading in both in terms of trading stocks and trading cryptocurrencies, because cryptocurrencies, when you are from a software engineering background, it's easy for you to absorb or understand what exactly goes into algo trading and things like that. But yeah, for someone who is outside of the whole trading picture, it's going to be it's going to take a separate session on to understand what's algo trading and things like that. So yeah, so I just go to this details page. If you want, you can go to the website as well. But yeah, it depends on how much you want to understand, to what extent you want to understand the technological side of these projects. So I go to this website. You get access to the white paper, you get access to documentation, you get access to their GitHub repositories and the audit reports and whatnot. So you have a lot of different things, right? So yeah, before we go into the application part, I just try to open the white paper. So you can come down here and you can start reading the white paper. If it's really very technical, but I wouldn't suggest diving into the white paper right away. But yeah, definitely the white paper is there on each one of this project's website, right? So they just publish their white paper, their yellow paper, their light paper, or whatever kind of paper they have. So there's different names of the same thing. So white paper is something that's more accepted or more already established, right? If you see something is marked as a yellow paper, it's not yet it's not permanently written in a journal or something. So it's just in a formally accepted phase. So white paper is already established, things like that. So you come down, you can read the white paper, you can take a look at their application, what it is. And yeah, by the way, this user interface looks really awesome. And anything that gives you dark theme right out of the bat, I love the user interface. But there's also something called Classic UI. I think this should be the old app. Yeah, it's old app, Frax.finance. So Frax.finance is the main. So this is just an example that we are talking about here. Fracture. This is a stable coin that's gaining traction recently. Fractures is basically coming from fractional, the word fractional. So it's fractionally governed, or it's fractionally backed by collateralization by cash, and it's fractionally backed by algorithmic stability, right? So I mean, this, as I said, is a stable coin. We see a lot of different stable coins, USD Tether, USD coins, things like that. So there are, we have been seeing stable coins that are backed by collateralization, which has real dollars or cash backing them. So let's say if someone is issuing 1 million stable coins that's pegged to US dollar, they are bound to have more than $1 million in cash to collateralize, right? So there are also other stable coins which are algorithmically backed. So there's an algorithm that takes care of what's happening in the market, the liquidity, and the volume of transactions, a lot of different things, and then trying to keep that price pegged to the US dollar or whatever fiat currency is pegged to. So yeah, fracture, as I said, that's the technical details. Just to give you 2 lines of what exactly this is. So if you want, you can definitely go onto the website, look at technical stuff and read the white paper. And definitely, if you're reading any white paper, you're not going to get it for the first time. But if you're someone from a technology background, I definitely encourage you to understand the tech behind all these projects that you're trying to, that you're planning to invest in, right? So Saurav asks, can you explain about algo trading? Yeah, definitely, Saurav. We'll talk about algo trading. But yeah, but just not in this session. We'll definitely do an exclusive session for algo trading, where we just talk about trading and different types of trading. There's just normal manual trading, there's algorithmic trading and things like that. But yeah, we'll definitely do a session. I'll keep a note of that. Definitely one of these future sessions, we'll definitely talk about algo trading and a lot of different trading related stuff. We'll talk about technical analysis. We'll talk about how to read charts and how to do analysis on, how to find trades and things like that. So yeah, as I was saying, let's continue talking about buying and investing in cryptocurrencies. So yeah, as I said, just go on to any cryptocurrency exchange. So if you go to this, any of these cryptocurrency exchanges, your KYC procedure, right? So that's a mandatory procedure for in cryptocurrencies or buy all of these coins, but it won't let you transact anything in fiat, right? So let's say you're trying to buy 50,000 rupees worth of Bitcoin, so it'll let you buy it. Or some platforms, they don't even let you load your wallet with rupees, right? So Saurav asks how to diversify our investments, crypto aside. Okay. Yeah, so I think you're looking at how to diversify your investments where there is no crypto involved, if I understand it correctly. But yeah, let's say you're not investing in cryptocurrencies. Let's say you're investing only in stocks or mutual funds and debt-related instruments. So there are a lot of different rules and methods that you can follow to diversify your investments. So and also it all comes down to how much risk you're willing to take, right? So when I say different methodologies, there are methods like um, the simplest one anyone would suggest is, let's say you are 25 years old, and if you don't know how to allocate weightage to your portfolio, you don't know how much to allocate to your equity or stocks, how much to invest in your debt instruments. So the simplest basic strategy that anyone would advise you to follow is 100 minus your age should be the risk you are willing to take, right? So let's say in this case, if you are 30 years old, 100 minus 30 is 70, which means that 70% of all the money that you invest can go into equity, which basically means riskier asset classes, right? So 70 percentage goes into your riskier avenues, and then the remaining 30% goes into safe avenues, right? Let's say debt instruments or gold or things that are not that risky, right? So that's one basic. This is one of the basic methodologies that people tend to follow, but yeah, again, it doesn't. All different kinds of strategies doesn't suit everyone, so you just need to find the one that fits your risk appetite and things like that. So yeah, when you say how to diversify your investments, it comes down to what are the investment avenues that you're looking at. It can be something like stocks, mutual funds, or gold or debt instruments. So within each of these avenues, there is a way to diversify. So let's say you are investing in stocks, you have a way to diversify or safeguard your or bring down your risk by investing in different kinds of stocks, right? So there are large cap stocks, there are mid cap and small cap stocks and things like that, which based on different risk levels. So large cap stocks, they're not that risky compared to small cap or mid cap stocks. So you allocate different portions of your percentages of your money to different kinds of these stocks or investment assets. That's again based on your how much risk you're willing to take, right? So yeah, things like that. So we'll definitely do another session on investing in cryptocurrencies and investing in financial instruments. It need not be always cryptocurrencies, but yeah, cryptocurrency is something that I love to talk about. But yeah, if you guys feel that we should do a session on how to build a portfolio or how to manage investments, then definitely we can do a session about that as well. So Prem asks, what about SIP? Yeah, SIP is just a way of investing your money. How frequent you invest. SIP is just a as the full form of SIP says, systematic investment plan. So so it's just consistent way of making sure that you put in money on all points of the market, right? So when I say all points, so let's say if we try to take a look at the chart, I'll just give you one example in terms of Bitcoin, but the same thing applies to every asset class as well, right? So so let's just take a look at this chart, and I'll do it, let's say 1 week. So this is a 1 week time frame, or this is a 1 week time frame. So let's say you're doing a SIP. So this can be, need not be cryptocurrency, but it can be any asset. So SIP is just making sure that you average out your cost of acquisition over a long period of time. SIP is good for people who are trying to hold on to their investments for a good amount of time. When I say good amount of time, it should be at least more than 5-7 years. It should be at least 10 years or 7 years, 5 years. It's not like you're trying to make profit or trying to reap profits in just 1 year or next 24 months or things like that. It's good for people if they're looking for investments from a longer term perspective, right? So let's say you started investing in one of these asset classes here. So let's say every 4 weeks you invest. That's comes down to every month. So every 4 weeks you invest. You invested once when the price was here. You invested once when the price was here. Again, you invest when the price was here, all the way till here. And also even when the price is falling, you don't stop investing. So you keep investing. So you again, get to buy some. Let's say in this case, Bitcoin when it's here. You get to buy some Bitcoin when it's here again. When it's here again. So all the way. So from a longer term perspective, what happens is your cost of acquisition or your cost of buying this asset gets averaged out, right? So so that's the main idea behind SIP. And also you don't have a lump sum amount that you can invest and forget. It's for a salaried individual, it's always best if investing is done through systematic investment plan. So that's all about SIP. So you don't have to necessarily start an automatic SIP with a bank or with a mutual fund house. If you follow a systematic investment plan where you manually go and invest your money every month, that's again a SIP that you are doing, right? So it's just different ways of doing it. Okay, Shefali, hey, I'm new to crypto. What would you say is the most important thing to keep in mind before investing in crypto? Yeah, we just talked about it, Shefali. I'm not sure if you had already tuned in, but the most important thing I would say to keep in mind before you invest in crypto is the amount of risk that you are willing to take. As we talked about this example, I'll just quickly run over this again. So let's say if there is an individual who earns a total salary of 50,000 rupees in hand every month, and his expenses or his expenditure comes up to like 30,000, and he has 20,000 left to invest. Only 10 to 15% of your investment amount should go into crypto, because crypto is high risk, high volatile asset class. So so ideal investment allocation is 10 to 15%, right? Again, based on if you're willing to take more risk, definitely feel free to bump it up to 20%, 25%. But I personally, most of my portfolio is all cryptocurrencies. I invest very less in stocks. I have close to about 60% of my allocation to cryptocurrencies because that's a technology that I believe in, and it's something that I work in myself. So again, as I said, in an ideal portfolio scenario, it's only 10 to 15%. But if you are willing to take higher risks, more risk, and yeah, definitely feel free to tweak that number. Yeah, as I said, in an ideal portfolio, it's always 10 to 15%. Okay. So Yasir asks, how can we take crypto markets seriously when a shitcoin like Tron is the top 15? If you actually look at the top list of coins, let's just go to coin market cap again. And if you look at Dogecoin, Dogecoin started out as a meme coin, and then I don't want to say that it's a bad coin or it's a shit coin. I mean, shit coin is just a terminology that people have given to all these coins that are of no use. So Dogecoin, if you look at Dogecoin, it's top level, right? So it took a long time for Polygon to beat Dogecoin's market cap, but even after that, even after Polygon flipped Dogecoin's market cap, it went back down again. It's Doge is where Doge is. So yeah, talking about top 15, it's already at top 11, right? So sometimes even Shiba Inu climbs up this list. So there are a lot of things like that. But yeah, if you don't think that something will exist fundamentally for the next 20, 30 years, that's the minimum I'm talking about. If something is fundamentally really good, it has to last for centuries. But yeah, we've already seen companies that have come a very long way. 50 years, 70 years, 75 years. A lot of companies have done that. If you talk about Indian companies, Indian software companies, specifically companies like Infosys and TCS, these are companies that are built to last for 50 years, 100 years, and more. But yeah, if you look at projects like, let's say, Dogecoin, you look at what the project is, you try to understand what it is technically, and then if you feel like this is not going to stay for the next 50 years, then you don't really have a reason to invest in it. But yeah, Shefali, as I said, risk, calculating your risk and how much money you're willing to risk is definitely something that's most important thing to keep in mind before investing in crypto. And Yasir, as I said, doing your due diligence and research is what can help you avoid anything that's not fundamentally good, right? So yeah, as I said, definitely, even if you are not from a technical background, it's definitely good for to get involved, for everyone to some extent, in understanding what's the tech behind each of these projects, because these are really sophisticated technologies. There are a lot of fields and disciplines that go into making cryptocurrencies and the whole blockchain space this sophisticated and mature. There's economics, there's mathematics, there's computer science, there's cryptography, and a lot of different fields. There's finance, and so many things that go into this. It's whoever is trying to invest into cryptocurrencies, I would urge at least to some extent you have the basic knowledge of what the tech looks like, right? So yeah, so Prem says 30% tax on income from cryptocurrencies in India. That's so freaking high. How much tax is fair? Yeah, yeah, I don't really know. I don't really have any comments on how much tax is fair. But yeah, 30% tax is definitely high. What they should have done instead is, even if the tax rate is at 30%, which is the highest tax rate in India for any asset today, even if the tax is at 30%, they should have allowed people to offset it against offset their losses against the profits within the cryptocurrency space, right? Let's say you invest in Bitcoin, and you make a profit of 1 lakh, and then you had also invested in Dogecoin, and then you make a loss of 50,000, right? So now whatever the profit of 1 lakh that you made on Bitcoin, you still have to pay 30% tax on that, which means the government takes away 30,000 rupees out of that 1 lakh profit that you made. And on Dogecoin, if you made a loss of 50,000, it's your loss, right? So you don't get to offset that loss on the 1 lakh profit that you've made. So So yeah, there are a lot of things that can be improved in terms of taxation rules on cryptocurrencies, but you're talking about that. Um, I would say that if you guys are thinking of investing in cryptocurrencies, just stay in it for the long term, right? So if you are trying to invest in Bitcoin or Ethereum or any cryptocurrencies for that matter, try to invest for the next 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years, because this is a technological space that's here to stay. There are a lot of use cases coming up. There are a lot of businesses being built up. There are a lot of new things that are being invented, and new things that are being developed in this space, just purely from a technological standpoint. If the tech requires it, then even from a financial standpoint, it's definitely going to stay for a very long time. So that's just my 2 cents on looking at crypto from an investment perspective. So right, okay. How do you think crypto market is going to look in August? We're already in August. I mean, yeah, we'll just have to wait and watch. So, I mean, the best that you can do is follow the news, keep a track of what's going on in the cryptocurrency market, and just keep looking at what's happening, right? So, and then just keep looking at charts, doing some analysis on technical analysis. That's all you can do. But or if you want to know the market sentiment, just go and read the news, keep a track of what's happening in what project and things like that. But so Rakshit asks, how to identify pump and dump scams in crypto market? As I said, it's not just specific to crypto market. It's how you want to avoid pump and dump scams in any market. So let's say that doesn't mean to say that there are no pump and dump schemes in stock market or something. There are a lot of operators who are trying to manipulate stock prices, and even if the stock market is such a regulated area, there are a lot of pump and dump things, a lot of insider tradings and stock price manipulation, things of that sort going on every day on a daily basis. So how to identify pump and dump scams in crypto market? As I said, again, it all comes down to what is it that you're investing, right? So let's say you're trying to invest in something called something like Dogecoin. Definitely don't understand fundamentally why Dogecoin is created, or why do we need that, right? So, but for something like Bitcoin or Ethereum, there is a solid reason as to why these cryptocurrencies are here to stay, like things like Bitcoin and Ethereum, or Matic, or Binance, or Ripple, Cardano, all these things. But yeah, look at Dogecoin, and if you feel like there is no reason why they should stay, I personally know a lot of people who made good amount of money trading Doge when it came out. But I also know more than few people who incurred huge losses when they tried to just trade Doge for quick profits, right? But as I said, don't just dive into the crypto world just for short-term profits, or making quick money. But if you're looking at investing into crypto, I would highly insist that you try to stay in it for the long term. Something that you can hold on to for next 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, even 15, 20 years, right? So yeah, that's about how you can stop yourself. I wouldn't say avoid pump and dump scams, but yeah, you just need to stop yourself from. You may hear from one of your friends might have made really good money trading Doge, probably made a 50% return in just one day, on whatever he invested on Doge. But that doesn't mean you'll also have to follow the same track, right? Because yeah, we just want to invest in something that's fundamentally strong and fundamentally required and fundamentally solid, right? So something like Ethereum or Bitcoin, but yeah, people. Another question that I keep getting is that Bitcoin, things like Bitcoin and Ethereum, they've already grown so much that it's not that easy to make quick money. But as I said, you shouldn't be in it for quick money. But that's what people thought when Bitcoin. So let's say if you look at the charts, uh, that's what people thought when Bitcoin was. Let me just open 1 month chart here. Right, when that's what people thought when Bitcoin went to $20,000, back in 2018. That was the highest people had ever seen. Again, that's what people thought when it went to $30,000, and then $40,000, $50,000, and it went all the way to $70,000. Right, every time something goes high, you feel like that's going to be. That's why they call it all-time high, right? So you feel that that's going to be that's really high, and it's going to only go down from there, and you want to book some profits. But booking profits is definitely not a bad idea. Throughout your investment journey, there are a lot of people who do really well on investments if by following certain strategies. But yeah, as I said, if you feel that Bitcoin and things like Ethereum have already grown so much that it's going to be difficult to make quick money, you should definitely not invest. If you're looking at any financial avenue for making quick money, you should definitely not do it, because that's the wrong way of looking at investments. So you can basically take up trading, invest time and your energy in learning how to trade these financial instruments and derivatives and all different kinds of things, and then you can start trying to look at it from that angle. But yeah, when you're looking at investing your money for long term, so definitely there's no quick money or quick way out of out of that. But yeah, as I said, if you feel that Bitcoin and Ethereum have grown really big, they still have not. If you look at the numbers on how many people have adopted using Bitcoin or Web3 technologies or even cryptocurrencies, it's really less. So there are a lot of people yet to adapt these cryptocurrency space and the blockchain technology. So yeah, it's only going to go up. Right? So people can really make good bets on investing on these already established cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, or anything for that matter. Just don't. If you don't have a fundamental reason to invest in something like Dogecoin, just don't do it. Yeah. So that being said, I was just mentioning about all these different kinds of cryptocurrency exchanges that you can go and start investing your money in cryptocurrencies and start buying cryptocurrencies. But yeah, feel free to find the one that best suits you. Personally, I use Binance and Delta Exchange for making trades, and but yeah, definitely you'll have to do the fundamental research on, and even if you don't understand the tech thoroughly behind a project, you should understand the bare minimum of why it's required and why will it still be relevant 20, 30, or 50 years from now, right? That's the question you need to ask yourself. So yeah, Prem says it was great explanation. Sure, we'll keep in mind. Yeah, thanks a lot, Prem. And Rajat asks, how is it possible that so many scammers got away? Yeah, so yeah, scammers get away not only in crypto. So there are thousands, if not tens of thousands of scams happening in all kinds of market every day. But yeah, the only thing is there is no exposure of all those different kinds of scams, right? So they don't come to light. So it's not. So, when you talk about scammers getting away, I agree that in the crypto space, it's more difficult than it's more difficult to track down people or culprits than the traditional financial systems or all these traditional technologies. But yeah, we have technologies that are evolving to do this kind of tracking down and trying to catch people who are trying to get away, right, with scams. So that's also the reason why a lot of different countries, a lot of different governments are looking at regulating this space, because the people in crypto don't want to be regulated, right? So you can do whatever you want if there is no regulation. But in order to protect the investors' interest, to after looking at so many scams throughout the course of existence of cryptocurrencies ever since 2008 um, till 2022, there have been a lot of numerous scams, right? So in order to protect investors' interest, a lot of different governments are trying to regulate cryptocurrencies, and then that's why all these regulations are in place. So yeah, there's also a question of if there is regulation, whether it's whether regulation is truly needed, or whether this regulation is worth it. But coming from this perspective of scams and people trying to cheat others for money and whatnot, so it's definitely a question as to whether we need regulation in this space or not. But yeah, if a government is trying to regulate the crypto space, it's doing it for protecting the investors' interests, the investors' money. So yeah, there may be a lot of different factors involved as well. But yeah, making sure that people don't get scammed is one of the factors for governments to start regulating the crypto market. But yeah, as I said, there is a separate discipline, when it comes to forensics on blockchain. There's a separate discipline called blockchain forensics. Blockchain forensics is emerging advanced technology that leverages science and tech to combat cyber criminals in the cryptocurrency market. The primary goal is to recover and analyze different kinds of evidence left on the most useful and transparent blockchain digital ledger. So definitely, it's not something that nobody is caring about. There is an exclusive discipline to itself called blockchain forensics, which a lot of startups and teams are working on to develop tools that can help track all these kinds of if there is a cyber criminal event or scam, right? So hope that answers your question, Rajat. But yeah, I mean, as I said, the technology and the tools are not that sophisticated yet. But since it's it's anonymous, decentralized ledger, so yeah, you need to build really sophisticated tools to see or track down what's happening, to find things out from the root level. So yeah, it's definitely the tools and the technology will definitely grow and be more sophisticated than what it is today, right? So we have also seen events where governments like the US government were successfully able to track down criminal events that took place on the Bitcoin network and whatnot. But yeah, as I said, definitely it's not that nobody cares about it. Okay. Yeah, coming back to talking about investment in cryptocurrencies, I hope you guys were able to benefit from the information that or the chat that we had today. This was a great session, great live stream, and I hope to bring more information to you guys in terms of how trading, algorithmic trading, and investing in cryptos. And yeah, feel free to leave a comment on what you think would be a great topic to discuss, and we'll definitely talk about it in the upcoming streams. Yeah. Rajat says it was a great session. Yeah, thanks a lot for mentioning that, Rajat. Thank you, Prem. It was a lovely stream. But yeah, thank you guys a lot for tuning in on a Thursday afternoon. But yeah, I hope to keep interacting with you guys. And as I said, just quickly post my LinkedIn profile here in chat. That's me. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. And if you have not followed me on Crater.Club yet, please hit that follow button. So I'll be trying to do. I'll try to do one stream every week. Probably go live every Wednesday or Thursday. So and if time permits, I'll definitely do 2 streams every week as well. Saurav says it was good informative stream. Thanks a lot, Saurav. And yeah, thank you guys for joining in. And I hope to see you guys soon in the next session. But yeah, if there's anything that I missed out in this session, so there are a lot of things that we can still talk about, when it comes to how to look at investments, what are different strategies to invest. But since in this session, I just wanted to give you that important advice that in an ideal portfolio, that you just need to keep your allocation to cryptocurrencies just to 10 to 15%. So we'll definitely talk about a lot of different things. So when it comes to investment in crypto, not only cryptocurrencies, but also we'll talk about uh, investing in stocks. We'll also talk about trading cryptocurrencies and trading stocks. We'll also, if possible, we'll do live trading sessions as well. But yeah, I hope this was really helpful for you guys, and I hope to see you guys in the next session next week soon. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.